also absorbs very quickly into the skin, and I love how healthy this makes my skin look. It is on the more expensive side for a drugstore product. I think it's around $16 or something, which in my opinion is a little bit crazy for a drugstore primer. But in my opinion, it is worth it. You really don't need a lot because it is so fluid. You really only need a couple drops to cover your entire face. And it definitely is radiance boosting. There is no sparkle or pearl in this, which I like because I don't really like glitter or sparkle in my base products. And a lot of glowy base products have that extra shimmery pigment. Sometimes that, if I use one of those products, if I'm in direct sun and I catch a glimpse of myself in a car window or something, I look like a Twilight vampire, which is, a look in and of itself, but not always what I'm going for. I would say this is hydrating, a little bit smoothing, not necessarily blurring at all, and I wouldn't say it's necessarily grippy, but it does seem to smooth out my skin for makeup. But if you are in the market for something extremely blurring or smoothing, or you really, really need your makeup to last all day, I think there are better choices than this. But if you're someone who loves a healthy, natural, radiant glow without shimmer, this is going to be a wonderful primer for you to try out. two favorite ways to apply with a dense fluffy brush or fingers, or you can use a beauty blender as well. That also works. That has worked for me. But this was fantastic during long days outside. It definitely stands the test of time and wears really nicely throughout the day. I find it's also one of those skin tints that the longer you wear it, the nicer it looks if you apply it in a way that your skin likes. Okay, I'm so sorry to constantly sound like a broken record, but these two products are really the only things I will use on my eyebrows. This is the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the color Ebony. I know, shades of 2014. And mine is clearly very well loved. And I will say, this is only the second pot I've used. The first pot I got, which was I think like 2014, 2015, lasted me until I think 2019-ish, and then I got this one which has lasted me until now, and as you can see I still have a ton of product left. It doesn't smell weird, it still performs the same, so I use this pretty much every single day, and it is still going strong after all these years. And you know, who knows, depending on how long this lasts, or if I have to purchase another one in the future, maybe I'll have it for so long that I will have to pass my heritage Dip Brow Pomade down to future generations of my family. What a ludicrous notion. I'm so sorry. And yet again, I'm a freaking broken record talking about this Refy. I don't even know what it's really called anymore because all the writing is worn off and I've lost the sticker on the bottom. I know the color is dark brown, I believe, and it is the brow tint that has the tiny ball on the end with spikes that looks like a torture device. And I know I have talked absolutely incessantly about this. I feature it in every single makeup video. I don't know what to say. I love this thing. A huge problem I have with brow pomades or brow gels is that the brush is too dense, and then I wind up putting a huge swipe of black on my eyebrows, and I wind up looking like Bert from Sesame Street, or Groucho Marx. And the bristles on this brush are so long and sparse. They really deposit the perfect amount of product for me. I won't say this has, the most incredible hold ever. It's more of a sort of flexible hold. But I like that this doesn't make my eyebrows super, super crunchy. silky buttery. And if you feel it between your fingers, the powder is almost creamy. The pigment is so soft. And this palette is a bit on the expensive side for something so small. But like I just showed you, I've been using it constantly and it shows little to no signs of use. I truly don't understand it. I think it's because you only need a really, really small amount. I'm not, constantly digging at the pans with my brush, and there is minimal kickback in the pan because the formulation is so borderline creamy compared to a formulation like Makeup by Mario, which is, I still love those shadows, but they are more dry, and when you swirl your brush in the pan, there's a lot of dust, shadow dust that just goes everywhere. Not the case with these. Definitely worth it. Although my coworker did tell me that Michelle Phan is in a cult, maybe. I don't know. I haven't really done much research about it, but if you heard about it or know about it, let me know down in the comments, because I briefly googled it, and just a bunch of Reddit threads popped up and I didn't want to go on Reddit, so let me know if you have heard about her being in a cult, which would be unfortunate because she's really talented and is good at what she does. And then the mascara I've been using is this Kill Lash Superproof Mascara, the long curling type. And this brush is kind of, curled. The bristles are very densely packed, and I believe this is a tubing mascara. And the reason why I've been loving it so much lately is because, as someone of Asian descent who has long struggled with mascara running down my eyes during the day, or just flaking off, or transferring underneath to kind of the top of my cheekbone, because my eyes are very shallow set. So the mascara would transfer to the skin around my eyes, and I just constantly looked like a panda. And it is very difficult to remove, I will say. I tried to do that thing where you soak your lashes in water and then pull like the tubes off. That definitely didn't work, but if I massage my oil cleanser into my lashes, it will come off. But the first time I wore this, I panicked because I was like, I think I'm stuck with these tubes on my lashes forever. And I've tried other tubing mascaras like the L'Oreal red and white one, and I swear to God, that mascara made me look like I had 4 eyelashes. I don't understand how it made me look like I have 4 eyelashes, but it truly did. But this Clio one is really good. I also like the volume one, but the long curling is definitely my favorite. Highly recommend. We have 2 very clearly well-loved products here. I absolutely fell in love with this Milani cream blush this summer. It is the Cheek Kiss cream blush in the color 120 Coral Crush. And this is another product that feels high-end to me. The just pigmented enough to leave a, a good amount of color behind, but doesn't make you look like a clown. Has a gorgeous, gorgeous natural hydrated finish. A little dewy, but not overly so. And it is just so pretty. And I wish they made them in many more colors. Some of the other colors are kind of interesting. I'm interested in trying the berry for fall winter. But this one was pretty much the only blush that I've worn all summer. It is comparable to Nudestix Picante, Rhode, Spicy Marg. This stacks up to those high-end dewy cheek products, and it's like $8. Swatch it for you. Yeah, the cream, it feels really, really soft, really emollient, and then it blends out to just the most like natural, healthy flush ever. And you can leave it a little bit more pigmented or really blend it out like I just did on my hand. And on the cheeks, it is so pretty and so cute. And then of course, I wore my Lisa Eldridge Elevated Glow in the color Crystal Nebula. I've talked about this so many times. I love this product. It is the most elegant, angelic, soft focus highlight. But this highlight a little goes a long way. I've had this for a few years and it's still going strong. It's about, I would say, maybe like 2/3 of the way gone. Now it's kind of hard because the product, climbs up the walls, but right about there is where I'm at. So I have maybe 1/3 of the bottle left. I am a little bit disappointed that the writing wore away, but this bottle is frosted glass and it feels really luxe. And if you've seen my special occasion wedding makeup, I used this highlight on my best friend on her wedding day when I did her makeup, and it was so gorgeous. So many people who saw the photography